Hi, this is Sir Darren, your online teacher. Today we're going to learn about ratio and proportion. Let's start first with its meaning. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities. So it means the ratio of A to B can also be expressed as A to B in a column form or A over B in a fraction form. Whereas a proportion is an equality of two ratios. So it means in a proportion, we involve two ratios. We're talking about two ratios. So we write proportions to help us establish equivalent ratios and solve for unknown quantities. Usually we are using variables for the unknown quantities. We are using letters. In elementary level, we are using n. That is the common letter. But in junior high school, we are using x for the unknown value. Since we are talking about proportion and it talks about comparison of two ratios, the two ratios should be equal. And we are going to identify first if the two given ratios are really equal to each other. Because that is what this equal stands for. It means that this fraction or this ratio will be equal to this ratio. So how are you going to identify if they are really proportion to each other? So it is very easy. It is just very easy how to identify them. Of course, you need to know how to multiply. All right. So we got 1/4 on this side, okay, and we got 3 over 12 on this side. Now, all you need to do is just cross multiply and write the product on top of it. Okay, so let's start. So what we have here is this thing. So you're just going to cross multiply 1 times 12. The answer is 12. And you are just going to write it there. Okay? And you are just going to repeat it on the other part. So this 4 and 3, you are just going to multiply it, get the product, and write it on this top. Okay? So if you are going to look on the number, okay, on the product that you have made, if they are the same or they are equal, it means that the two given ratios here are equal. All right. Let us take this given proportion. Okay, we are going, let's identify if they are really proportion to each other. Okay, so the first thing that you are going to do is just cross multiply. Okay, so we are going to multiply this thing. 4 times 10, what is the answer? It's 40. Okay, and 5 times 8. The answer is 40. If the two products are equal, therefore they are proportion to each other. You getting what I'm saying? All right. As we go back to the definition of proportion, we are making proportion to establish an equivalent ratio. So in our case here, 4 over 10 is equal to n over 20. So this n over 20 is a proportion, a proportional ratio of this 4 over 10. We just don't know exactly what is the value of that n, right? So that's what we are going to know. All right, so how are we going to solve for that value of n? So the first thing that you are going to do, okay, is just form an x here, okay, and form a pair. Okay, so we got a pair here of 4 and 20, 4 and 20, and we got a pair of 10 and n. Okay, so you are going to get the product of the pair which doesn't have any unknown value. So in this case, the complete pair is 4 and 20 because it doesn't have any letter. All right, so you're just going to get the product. All right, so 4 and 20, that will become 80. All right, so divided by the partner of n. The partner of n is 10, so you are just going to divide it. So 80 divided by 10 will become 8. So that will be your n. As simple as that. All right, let us have this problem. 6 over 10 is equal to 12 over n. So the first thing that you are going to do is make a cross. Just make a pair. So we got 6 and n here. And we got 12 and 10 there. Okay? So as I told you a while ago, you are going to get the product of the pair which doesn't have any variable or any letter. So we got 12 and 10 here. So you're just going to get the product of that. So 12 and 10, that will give you 120. Okay? And then you are going to divide whatever product is that. You're going to divide that by the partner of n. So in this case, the partner of n is 6. So you are going to divide 120 divided by 6. So what is the answer is that of that? Very good. We got 20. So our n here is 20. All right. Okay, let's have this problem. All right. So just pause the video and try to solve for the value of n there. All right. So the first thing that you're going to do is make a pair. Make a pair by doing cross there. Okay, so we got 3 and 25 here on this side, and on the other side we got 15 and n. Okay, so the complete pair is this 3 and 25. So what are you going to do? You're just going to get the product of that. So 3 times 25, that will give you 75. All right, so that part, okay, you are going to divide that by the partner of n. What is the partner of n? That is 15. So you are going to divide that by 15. So 75 divided by 15, that will give you, very good. So we got 5 here. Okay, you following it? All right. So class, that's the end of our lesson for today. And I hope you learned something from our discussion. All right, so if you have some requested topic, just comment down below and I'll be glad to make a video out of that. So this is yours, Sir Darren, now signing off. Bye-bye.